Hey folks, today's trade we're going to look at is in a company called NUE. The ticker symbol is NUE. I'll show you the charts here in just a minute. It's an interesting setup because the stock is in an industry that a lot of people kind of find pretty boring. It's in the steel industry. But if I look at it from a trending perspective, from an opportunity perspective in terms of just kind of where the focus could be going forward for industries and quite frankly, even infrastructure build out, I think this is an interesting place. So let's just get right to the charts. Again, the ticker symbol is NUE, and most importantly, and more importantly than anything is to us, is that our market rover is telling us that the stock is in a bullish trend. And you can see it went from bearish trend to neutral trend. Neutral is the black background, and then it finally went into a green background. Back then, the stock since then is up 160%. So if all one did is buy the stock from a trending perspective, from a trend following perspective, respecting the trend. Remember, the trend is your friend until it ends. One would be up 160%. Now, I think the stock, and you can see the buy signals we got along the way, but I think the stock is pausing, or has actually been pausing for the past few months, and it looks like it's ready to go again. Not only are we getting a swing trading buy signal, but I think, again, more importantly for me from a trending perspective is that the trend might start continuing to go higher. So I'm going to move into the chart and just give you a little bit of perspective on what's going on here. Obviously, the stock has had a big run, but if you kind of contextualize this and you look at this through a long enough lens, I'm going to make it a monthly chart just to really go out. You can see that this is a stock that really hasn't done anything since 2008. That's a long time. It finally broke out a few months ago, and now it's been pausing for the past few months. But that's a pretty nice breakout. So we think the path of least resistance here is going to be higher. So let's go back into the weekly chart first, and then we'll ultimately look at the daily chart. Again, you can see it quite nicely here. The stock is essentially consolidating above previous resistance, now maybe support, and then finally going into the daily chart, and again keeping in mind that the trend that our market rover has for the stock is higher. I think it does make sense to try this one on the upside. Now, we have the Fed here as I'm recording this that's going to come out, so there's always a little bit of uncertainty around that. But I think from a swing trading perspective, if that's your time horizon, again, to me, this is more of a trending play that I want to be participating in. I think the next upside target is in the high 120s, so you're looking at 128 maybe, around that. And then again, beyond that, you really can start trailing this. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes into the 150s. Wouldn't be such a big deal. So, take it in lockstep, 128, high 120s, let's call it, maybe 150 after that. Any break below about $105 or so from a shorter term perspective probably would have to get you out of the stock. So that's your stop loss around 105, and that's because you start breaking it below a lot of support there that people that are very technical are going to respect, not the least of which being the 150-day moving average, which I always advocate as being important, which is that teal green line here on the chart. Hope it helps. We'll see you in the next video.